Hey, I just wanted to share a solution I found using the new update 6, playing on Beaverome. Now this has been a very difficult map for me. I have never beaten it, or really even attempted to, until I started this playthrough. That's not completely true. I played it as the Iron Teeth and failed, but in this playthrough I chose the Folktale. And if you're familiar with this map, you may know its hardships. The water sources are abundant, but with the bad tides coming, the entire lake becomes polluted. And so my solution to that was to drain them off the map. This is where the original district center was. And before that, I moved over here. District center is now up here. And we are using this lake that has no water sources, but was clean, as our primary, irrigation water and beaver colony area. Before the first bad tide, I built this dam, and that saved this area from ever getting polluted. But now, the problem is every bad tide, this reservoir gets polluted, and there's not a very good way to get fresh water into here, other than this solution here that I came up with, which isn't what the video is about. This one was, it got the job done. I built this tower first, which separates the bad water at the top to go back into the reservoir, and the good water flows into our primary reservoir. My original plan was to keep it full up to here, but one water source just isn't enough, and that's all I could afford, as trees are sparse on this map and just available land to grow on is sparse. So I ended up using this lower area for a temporary solution for both farming and trees. And I added another column and just tied it in together. A column here that lifts the water up from the water source and separates it at the top. But I don't feel like this is ideal, and I needed a better way. So to clear the water out, so it would always be clean in here whenever possible, I dynamited this whole path out all the way to the bottom where the water sources are, all the way across here, and all the way to the edge of the map. And these will dump the water if it gets contaminated more than 1%. So this water is always pristine until the bad tide starts, and it all flushes out. It dries up all the way to this lower level here, which isn't ideal, as my pumping is right here. And when this drains, the straws obviously don't reach. So this is the solution I came up with instead, or I guess in combination. These two water lifts, should keep our reservoir over here full eventually. I'm having to turn it off in the wet seasons before it floods our trees. I think eventually it should fill this up with just the two lifts from the water sources over here. Now, to get rid of this bad water, this is what I came up with. All this bad water will be directed directly into this side, and then it will fill up over here and eventually empty out. And so this lake should always be pristine water, and that will open up this entire area for more expansion. And how I did this using the new update is what this video is about. Now it's kind of hard to see now, so I'll just build the same thing, but over here you need a overhang. So you see, you need one square above it. So I'll start with a levee here, and then an overhang going over the water source, and then levees around the sides. It has to go around the back here, since this is lifted. And you path it out to the edge. or to wherever you want to carry it to. You'll need a way to keep the good water in the reservoir, so this is where the sluice gate comes in. You just close it when the water is contaminated. Close when above 1%. And now when this water in here is contaminated, above 1%, this will close and it'll seal it up. And you would just run your path all the way out to wherever you want the water to leave. In my case, it would be right here. So after you run that over to the edge, you need to fill this in with platforms and cover those platforms and your overhang with impermeable floors. Now this will keep the water sealed in here, the bad water, allow the good water to escape through the sluice gate, but carry the bad water directly off the map in this case, or into a junk reservoir or extra reservoir, which is what I have going on here. Each one of these water sources is tied into this system, which will carry the bad water through this channel and over to our sluice gates, which allow bad water out but keep good water in. That means this lake will stay pristine. So I just wanted to share that with you, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you found this video useful, please drop a like and consider subscribing, and thanks for watching.